In this video I'm going to quickly talk you through how to get started with your Nikon D3400. So the very first thing you need to do once you've taken your camera out the box, and I highly recommend you do this, is charge the battery. You should have a battery charger and a battery in the box. The battery might have a little bit of charge in it, but I really recommend charging it up fully before you get started. There's nothing worse than start playing around with your camera and then halfway through the battery cuts out and you have to wait for several hours for it to charge up. So do it first. You can watch this video so you know what to do once the battery's charged up. Charging up the battery is very simple. Simply take the battery, line the contacts out with the battery charger and slot it in. You'll hear it click into place. Once it's fully charged, the light will stop flashing and you'll have a solid light on the charger. To remove the battery, simply just lift it up and pull it out. Now your battery is fully charged, we need to put it in the camera. This is really easy. On the bottom of the camera, there's a little door with a flap. Simply pull that flap back, the door will open. Look inside the battery compartment of the camera and you'll see the metal contacts. Look on the battery and you'll see the metal contacts there. Simply line them up and then push the battery in and close the door. Next we need to insert a memory card. On the side of the camera is the memory card door. Simply pull it towards you and it will spring open. Take the memory card with the label facing backwards towards you, towards the LCD screen, and push it in until it clicks. You'll also notice there's a small green LED light on the back of the camera that will briefly flash. This just lets you know that the SD card has been inserted correctly. Close the SD card door. And next up we need to attach the lens. Now you may have bought your camera with a kit lens or you may have bought the body only and you're going to attach your own lens. Either way the process is the same. We need to take off the body cap of the camera. Simply unscrew it and it will pull open to reveal the inside of the camera. Take your lens, unscrew the rear cap and then get your camera. You'll see on the lens that there is a white dot, and if you look on the body you'll see there's a white dot there as well. Line the two white dots up and then turn the lens counterclockwise until it clicks into place. To remove the lens, press the lens remove button on the side of the camera body, press it in fully and then twist the lens clockwise and it will release once the two dots have lined up again. Remember to remove the front lens cover, you don't want to be taking pictures with that on, and then using the on-off switch on the top of the camera, turn it on to the on position. Now depending what lens you've attached to your camera, you might get a message on the rear screen telling you to extend the lens before you can take pictures. If you get this message, then simply press the button on the side of the lens that you've got and then twist it so it zooms out a bit. You'll hear it click slightly and then your lens is ready to go and the message should have disappeared from the back of the camera. Before you start taking pictures, have a look through the viewfinder when the camera's on. If the writing in the viewfinder looks blurry, then you're going to need to change the diopter. You can do this by using the small scroll wheel against the viewfinder. Look through the viewfinder and turn this until the text in the viewfinder looks crisp and sharp. Now we're ready to start taking pictures. This is where the fun starts. Now it's quite likely that your camera has shipped in auto mode. This is absolutely fine, just leave it there for now. Start taking as many pictures as you can of absolutely anything. Learn how the camera works and what all the buttons do. If you want a more depth instruction into all the buttons and features of this camera, you can check out my D3400 user guide. The link will be in the description below. To get started, there's only a few buttons that we really need to know at this stage. There's of course the shutter button, which is on top of the on-off button. To obtain focus, you can half press this and you should hear the camera beep once it's got focus. The flash might also pop up if the camera thinks it needs it. This is absolutely fine. When you fully press the shutter button, the camera will take a picture. Once you've taken a picture, you can review it using the play button on the back of the camera. You can then use the two D-pad buttons, left and right, to scroll through your pictures. And if you've taken video, you can press OK to play the video. You can zoom in and out of your pictures by pressing the plus button, and you can zoom out by pressing the minus button. Please be aware this doesn't save the image like that. You're only zooming in to the saved image and looking at it. It will still export it in its full original size. If you press the minus button a couple more times, you'll go back to a thumbnail view where it shows more than one picture. To get back to the single picture view, just press the plus button until you get there. If you want to delete a picture, go into the play menu and then press the delete button on the back of the camera. It will ask you if you want to delete, press the delete button again, and then that image will be deleted. From the play menu, if you want to get back into the shooting mode and start taking pictures, simply half press the shutter button and that'll take you straight back to the other screen and you can take pictures again. To enter the menu, you can press the menu button. I'm not going to go into all the menu options in this video. Check out my D3400 user guide to get more information on all the settings. When the rear screen is on, you can press the I button on the bottom of the camera. This will bring up another small menu that you can quickly scroll through to change certain settings like focus areas, focus size, picture settings. You can also change from JPEG to RAW, and you can also change the white balance and ISO. You'll probably find that some of these options are grayed out because you're in auto mode. If you change the mode dial on the top of the camera to one of the other modes like M, A, S or P, you'll see that a lot of these other options are ungrayed out and you can get to them. The reason for this is in the auto modes, the camera wants to try and set up as much as possible for you. It doesn't really want you going around messing things up. If you want to shoot a video with your new D3400, first of all you've got to enter live view. You can do this by pressing the LV button on the back of the camera. To start shooting video, press the red record button on top of the camera. To stop the video, just press it again. This will stop the recording and create a video clip. With DSLRs, unfortunately, you can't pause video. You have to start and stop. And then if you want to join the clips together, you can do that in editing afterwards. The rear screen tells you all you need to know. Along the top, you'll have 3 dials. This is shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. If you're not sure on what these mean, you can check out my other videos where I explain what they all are. But basically, these are what control your exposure. I hope this video was helpful in getting you quickly set up with your D3400. You can check out my other videos on the D3400 for more in-depth descriptions of all the functions, buttons and menu settings. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments box below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. See you all next time.